Welcome back to another video. It's Friday, and you know what that means?
It's time for Top Fuel Teachers.
Thanks to Scotty for the intro, owner of DC UK. So Aid, what have you done?
Yeah, well, you see, Chris, we were looking to change the side light bulbs.
Yeah, this is how you do it.
Yeah, and, no, as you can see, students have been busy. This was always part of the plan, to just pull the engine out and reset a lot of things. We needed to replumb some of the power steering pipes because they were just the other side of where they should have been, like gearbox mounts. They were the wrong side of that, so we would have had to change the mounts or pull the mounts out anyway. So a few other things we want to do. We want to do cam belt water pump on it as well, because obviously we're going to be doing a few miles in this to shows and that. So we want to do cam belt water pump. You can do it with the engine in the car, but it was everything that we wanted to do because we want to change some of the brake pipe work on the bulkhead as well. We got to do the gear cables, everything. It was just, it's not a bad job to pull the engine out, as you can see. Take the front of the car off and you just walk the engine right out the front. So that's what we did. Now we've got easier access to do the gear cables, like I say, to replumb some of the brake pipes. Because obviously we want the brake lines now to come in, well, the front to rear ones to come into the car now for our hill starts.
Hill starts.
Hill starts. So again, we can just get to everything easier. We can sort some of the wiring out as well because it just needs tidying up.
It's a bit spaghetti junction, isn't it?
It is, yeah, there is a lot of wiring as we've looked at in previous videos, but it's all good, Chris. It's all good. We've got everything, like I say, engine out. In fact, two of our students on Monday pulled the engine very, very quickly as well. So it's like I say, it's simple. We took the wings off as well, just to give us a bit more room. But yeah, so we've got the engine out. We're doing the cam belt, the water pump on it. We'll have a look in a minute, but unfortunately, when we're pulling the rocker cover off, because you need to take the rocker or cam cover off to lock the camshafts up. There were 4 broken bolts, sheared bolts in the rocker cover, cam cover. So we've drilled 2 out so far. We'll have a look at them in a minute, and we've just got 2 more to go. We'll have to get some new bolts for it. But yeah, as you can see, it looks worse than what it is. It's actually quite. This is what we planned for it. We did, like I say, in our time frame, we did allow to pull the engine out. We just wanted to get it running first. So we wanted to make sure it's running because then we could do the cam belt and water pump. We don't want to put a cam belt and water pump on an engine we didn't know ran. Could be a waste of money in the end if it didn't run.
Now, water pumps. Do you need to do it, or is this preventative as recommended by near enough every man out there?
Right. You don't need to do it. The ST170 engine, which we'll look at in a minute, the water pump is actually driven by the auxiliary belt anyway. So a lot of water pumps are driven by the cam belt, and that's why a lot of people, when they do change a cam belt, they change a water pump. But water pumps, they are, so to speak, a consumable item. They can fail on the seals. It's
so advisable, if you're going this far, do your water pump.
While it's out,
yeah.
It's a lot easier to do it out. I think it was about £30 for the water pump as well. Like you say, it's just preventative.
Preventative, and in the long run, it's going to save you money.
Last thing you want to do is break down on the way to a show or the way back from a show again, and then just have to wait for recovery trucks and stuff like that. So yeah, we were just going in, and I think, well, we're this far, why not?
Yeah, makes sense.
So let's have a little looky at the engine. So this here is the ST170 engine, basically a 2-litre Zetec Duratec engine with variable valve timing. So this is the cam cover. Well, this is the cam cover. We've took it off because these slots here in the cams that you can see, we need to line them up to lock the cams in place because of cam timing. Very important thing. We've told all our students about this and explained to them why. If your cam belt breaks, the valves can hit the pistons when the timing goes out, and then you've got to take cylinder head off, and it costs you a lot more money. So we had a broken bolt here and here. We've drilled those two out. As you can see, if you can see, here and here, we have two more broken bolts that we need to drill out. Now we have some very special drill bits. They're left-hand drill bits. So as you drill them in, if you're normal ones, it like winds the bolt in further. Left-hand ones, when you're trying to drill them in, because the drill's going in reverse, if it bites, it can unwind the bolt, which makes it a lot easier. And that's what we've been doing. Now, moving to the front of the engine, this is, like I say, this is the cam belt, connects the crankshaft to the cams. If it breaks, it can be quite tragic. It literally can write some cars off if it breaks because of the amount of cost it is to repair the engine. Here it was the water pump. We've already got that out. This is the water pump here. It was quite seized in, so it got battered quite a bit when we were removing it. The seals can fail on them and then they'll leak and you'll be losing your water. So again, like Chris said, it's a bit preventative, so we might as well do it while we're out. So we're going to time the engine up and then change the cam belt and these two pulleys, tensioner and idler pulley. Put the new water pump in. Then what we're going to do, what I'm planning on doing, is aircon delete. Now the aircon on this doesn't work anyway, there's no pipes in it. The aircon pulley on the compressor is part of the belt run for the auxiliary belt. But what we can do is we can lose this and get a shorter belt and run it without this. Quite a heavy lump, this, a few kilos of weight on that. It's just a dead thing that we don't need on there. So when we start putting it back together, we will lose this. We'll take a measurement of the belt run. There's a lot of extra pulleys that the belt goes round, so we took a photo beforehand so we remember how the belt goes back. It goes from the crank to here, so actually, yeah, and then it goes around the water pump. So all we'll do is from the crank to there and then the water pump. So we'll need a shorter belt, but there is a way you can measure it to find out what size belt you need. So that's what we'll do, and we'll just lose the extra weight of the aircon pump. Overall, the rest of the engine doesn't look in too bad a condition. Yeah, it's a bit grotty, a bit rusty. We've had a blow there from the exhaust manifold. So we're going to get a new exhaust manifold gasket, new cam cover gasket, and there was something else that escapes me now. We're going to get an oil filter and probably a set of spark plugs. So we'll give it a bit of a service, we'll drop the oil out and put fresh in it. But overall, it's not going too bad. We know the engine runs, it sounds okay. So once we've done the cam belt, water pump, we'll put a fresh coolant mix back in it, get it all back together, and we should be cooking on gas and getting ready for the shows, engine-wise. The rest of the car, as you can see, is still looking a bit sorry, a bit sad. Brian's still got our spoiler, he's repairing that for us, and he will be taking the bumpers at some point and painting them for us as well once we've got the colour match of the wrap. It's going to be getting wrapped at Easter with DC UK Customs, so then it will look totally different. Obviously we're keeping it under wraps till the show once it's done, but for the big reveal at the Octane show June the 8th. So, but we're having it's going to be a rally livery. Also, I believe our new wheels are at the moment having a little bit of a personal touch to them, and then they will be on their way. We've got some brand new Maxxis,
thank you, Emma.
Got some brand new Maxxis tyres to go on the brand new wheels when they come as well. So it'll have a totally fresh set of wheels and tyres on it, a fresh wrap. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. The students are absolutely loving this car at the moment. Even with how it looks, they can all see how it's going to look, which is really good. We're off the spur of the moment, off the cuff type thing, totally by accident. Our brand new bucket seats, we are changing them a little bit, just a little bit, and you'll see about that when it comes back. But at the moment, some of it is with Watts Car Trimmers. Andy Watts is a good bloke. So we'll show you that when we get them back, what happened and how we come to decide to do what we are going to do to them. Totally random, absolutely just totally random, off the cuff, and it was like, oh, let's do that. But anyway, I'm waffling again.
I think we're getting into the waffling realms.
We are.
It's good.
It's
info, isn't it? That we just go, oh, hang on, I haven't told you about that bit yet.
Yeah,
That's good.
it's waffle, but it's all waffle in progress. Roll cage, I would like to get that powder coated white before the show, but we've still got quite a bit of financial outlay for this. We need ACW polycarbonate windows, we need a new windscreen as well, obviously the wrap. So that's not important. It might be red for the show, but in time it'll come out and we'll get that powder coated white because that'll just look a lot more fresh in the car. So that is, I think we've sort of like covered what's going on with this week. Inside the car, we've got the interior out again. We're going to be plumbing the hydro handbrake. We've upgraded the front power lead now. We upgraded the back one to a more capable thickness of wire. We've done the same to the front one. Obviously we've got steering cowling, the steering cowling and a new switch for that as well. So yeah, we're definitely making progress and moving forward. As you can see, the students have been cleaning the floor as well, and it's getting on really well. So at some point soon we'll be painting all the floor in here, or the whole interior white, to make it look a little bit more fresher. Also, we've been cleaning up a spare wheel, and that's going to be painted white and on display in the back. So lots been going on with it, lots of work in progress. Students have been learning about engines and cam timing, camshafts, cooling systems with the water pump, what it does. So the whole car has been benefiting the students so much, and it's going to be so cool when it's finished. So anyway, on that note, it's bright, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a little bit.
It's goodbye from Chris.
See ya.
And it's goodbye from me. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week for another update on something else.